Newspaper, storage paper, cypress, aspen, puppy pads, all those substrates are complete trash compared to the chipper. But yeah, man, welcome back to the Snake Trap Sessions. I am so excited to be back. Newspaper, storage paper, cypress, aspen, puppy pads, all those substrates are complete trash compared to the chipper. Let's put you guys on game with this new substrate that I use, and shout out to today's sponsor of today's vlog, the chipper, over at cocodude.com. Head over to cocodude.com, place your order on this top quality substrate, and use promo code TRAPFAM24 to get 24% off the entire year. But what is good, everybody? I'm your boy MJ. Welcome back to another episode of the Trap Reptile Vlogs. If this is your first time hanging out, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, select all. You'll be on top of all my vlogs that I drop here. I promised you guys weekly at the beginning of this year, and I already dropped the ball a couple times. Well, man, I just had knee surgery, first and foremost. I'm recovering pretty well, but last week was knee surgery, guys. I forgot what happened the week before that, but bi-weekly, I guess, I could promise you that, but I'm doing my best to push this vlog at least once a week. So if you hit that subscribe button for me, it motivates me to just want to go ahead and continue this on a weekly basis. It is really hard. I'm not trying to make excuses, guys, but when you run all this and you run the coolest reptile podcast in the world / network, message, it is not easy sometimes, but I'm going to devote myself to this vlog. I think it's very important that you guys understand how I keep my reptiles, what is happening on my journey of keeping reptiles. I'm no expert, first and foremost. I learn a lot as I go along. I've been in the reptile game going on 7 years now, been breeding for about 5 years, going on 6. So I'm still very wet behind the ears. This vlog is to just kind of make this a learning experience for me, so I can always go back and watch some of the stuff that I put out. But I mean, if you were to go back to some of my very first vlogs 3-4 years ago, you'll see I've come a long ways. But that's what it's all about. It's about evolving and seeing what we can do better by the animals. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the animals. All the friends, I love all the people. You know, the people are the second best thing about the reptile games. But number one, the animals. So this vlog is all about the animals. Thank you to anyone out there who supports me on the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Make sure you head over to that channel, subscribe. You can also listen to the Trap Talk Reptile Network on all the audio platforms, Buzzsprout, Apple. You know the whole pitch that I do in the podcast. So head over to that channel, man. You do not want to miss these episodes I've been dropping, especially recently, okay? The best people do it in the game come to Trap Talk Reptile Network, and they are the best to learn from. So head over there. Let's go wild over all the amazing episodes I've been dropping. But anyways, guys, like I said, today I'm going to put you on game, all right? I was able to acquire an amazing sponsor called the chipper, okay? The chipper is the name of the cocoa substrate that I use, and the website is cocodude.com. All this information in the description below. But yes, this substrate that I've been using for the last 4 months now has just been game-changing. One of the things I always discuss with you guys, not only here but on the podcast, is how I battle humidity here in Southern California. It gets very dry where I'm at. Throughout the whole year, it's pretty dry where I'm at. Always having to battle humidity and always having to spray, always having to have a humidifier can become a pain in the butt. So you got to find ways to make your life easier when you're battling humidity, right? But one of the biggest things that I was able to find to help me out was the chipper. Behind me, lovely, my dreamy arboreal cages built by Focus Cube Habitats. These are all 3x2x2s. But I recently switched out all the substrate and replaced it with the new chipper substrate, okay? There are different styles of substrate that Cocodude sells. Just show you my specific favorite. I'm gonna show you how he ships it to me, and I'm gonna show you how it comes already prepared, and I'm gonna show you what my preparations are before I even put them in an enclosure like this. Everything has brand new chipper cocoa in it, except this one. But first and foremost, we have business to take care of, okay? It is Wednesday, and if it's any day of the week I pick up a snake, it's on a Wednesday. So we gotta head over to FedEx. We gotta go pick up a snake, bring that snake back, check it out, let's see who it's from, make sure it's all good, put it away, and we get back to the business, and that's the cocoa. Let's head over to FedEx, let's see what I got, and get right back in the trap and see what it's all about. Cheers! All right, guys, we are back from FedEx, and as you can see here, I already opened up the package and already put this little one away. So why don't we check it out? Ooh, look, already trying to come out like a pistol. So it's a green tree python. It's a neonate from my boy Gary Shavino. I'm gonna put Gary's information in the description below. So the background on this awesome snake is actually right here. The beauty about getting a snake from Gary is he gives you all the info, the feeding cards, and also picture of the lineage as well, which I think is super crucial. So here we have picture of the folks. So you have a pure Tamika to a pure Aru locality green tree python. And this is the neonate, TR23-RO3. Who is TR? TR is actually Kristen Bennett. So there you go. For any goobers out there want to know who TR is, there you go. Yeah, shout out to Gary Shavino, man. I love this snake. This snake is awesome. And I know Gary really liked it as well before sending it to me. But try to get one more look at it before letting it get acclimated. All right, there you go. I think it's awesome, man. I'm really excited to see this thing change and grow with me. It's gonna be epic, but definitely want to let it chill. Whoop. Have a good day. All right, cool, amazing package, right? That package was next level. Shout out to Gary Shavino, another sponsor of mine. Very blessed to have this guy as a sponsor, as a supporter on the Trap Reptile Network. Thank you so much, Gary Shavino. I will keep everyone updated on this neonate. That's the guy to do business with. If it comes to you wanting to tap into the arboreal game and you want to get your hands on something that's just so top quality and well taken care of, well established, Gary Shavino is the best unit in the game, hands down, okay? You'll find his link to his YouTube in the description below, but just simply type in GS Reptiles, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and just be ready to have a good time learning about reptiles. All right, so we're gonna go into the shed because that's where I have my packaging that I got in from Coco Dude. So we're gonna head over, show you what the substrate looks like, how it comes in, and what I do to prepare it and all that stuff. So let's head inside of the shed and let's check the substrate. Ah, it's a lovely day. Please don't judge my backyard. This is still getting fixed. I don't want to go there right now. But yes, I'm not proud of this backyard, but I do show it off because it does motivate me to, like, you know, obviously want to show it to you guys when it's all done. All this will be done. But my wife, she hates this backyard. And don't judge my shed either. All right, so box is empty. But he sent me 6 of these boxes. So as most of you guys know that buy a lot of Coco substrate, you guys know that most of this substrate comes in a brick form. You have to get water and you have to soak it. It's kind of it's a process, you know. A lot of people don't have time for that. I'm definitely one of them. This is the product that I am just, dude, you want to talk about saving time on so many different levels with this. This is my stuff right here. This is what I suggest. Anyone who has limited time, they got a whole thing of other things to do and they just don't have time to wait, Coco to go from the chipper. This stuff is amazing, okay? So this comes already broken up in a bag, simply taped here. You untape it, open it up, and put it in a container. Yes, all broken down, ready to go. These are big chunks. I think I was gonna be a fan of the big chunks, but let me tell you, I'm a huge fan. These big chunks hold in a lot of humidity, okay? And it's very unlikely that a snake will swallow a bigger chunk versus a small chunk. Smaller chunks are a lot more vulnerable of getting swallowed by a snake, I feel like, versus the bigger one. I feel like the bigger ones could just come off their mouth easy if they catch it or whatnot. But yeah, look at the quality of this, man. This isn't a full bag. It was just for the video. I've already used it for a cage, so it's kind of lower than it would normally be. But yeah, man, check it out. So I like to treat substrate by leaving it out 24 hours. So I'll leave it outside and let it air out for 24 hours. But what I like to do is put no pest strips at the bottom, just to kind of kill anything that could possibly be inside the Coco Chips. Because, you know, obviously the Coco Chips does a lot of traveling. So there has to be some sort of at least an attempt to cure anything that could possibly be in your Coco Chip. And I've dealt with mites a lot coming up in this game. It's been a while since I've had to deal with mites, but I do not want to ever deal with mites again. I hate mites, as a lot of you guys do. So I like to leave this in the mix, let it sit out for 24 hours, and then I'll go ahead and put it in my room with the lid on just like this. And that's that. It's that quick. Shout out to Coco To Go, man. This is the stuff to use right here, and I am a huge fan of it. So yes, I'm a huge fan of this stuff. Shout out to the Coco dude for putting me on game and sponsoring the trap with such an amazing quality of substrate. Now I'm gonna show you how beautiful this substrate looks inside my focus cube habitats. Why don't we get inside the trap? All right, back inside the trap. Oh, I didn't even tell you. There's a couple bit of updates I gotta give you guys, right? One thing I recently did here in the trap is I hatched my very first crested gecko eggs. What? Oh my God, people are like, what? MJ's in the crested gecko game? No, I am not. I am stocking up on my crested gecko babies. More to come on that. I'm not gonna give you too much details, but for those of you who watch my podcast know why I breed crested geckos. Again, more details to come, but I'm stoked. And that's where I'm incubating them. Shout out to Mark Bailey, who told me how he used to just keep, his enclosures as incubators back in the day. It seems to be working, even though there's no heat in here, but here I have my crested gecko eggs in a baby tree monitor enclosure that's not being used, but I think I'm just gonna use this. And there they are. Aren't they so tiny? But yeah, they're gonna cook from 75, 77 degrees. It takes 3 months or so. I'll keep you updated. But anyways. But yes, here we are. The focus wall. The wonderful wall of focus, okay? Green tree pythons, emerald tree boas, all kept on this wall, okay? I keep the males up top, all females on bottom. I have everything paired up right now. Why don't we take a gander? Let's take a look at this substrate inside the enclosure, and then I have old substrate that's not the Coco dudes. This is not the chipper. That I actually, you're gonna see, it's a lot less humid in this enclosure than it is all the other ones. I wonder why. The quality of Coco, that's why. The biggest perk about using the chipper is you don't have to spray as much. It holds humidity a lot better than this other brand of Coco that's out there. So Mimi, so she's the one with old Coco for now, and I'll explain why in just a minute, but why don't we take a look at this beautiful Biac pairing that's right below her. So a lot of you guys know I love Biacs. Here are my green tree pythons that are paired up right now. They've been paired up for last 2 months. A lot of action, but she's still eating. She's one of my best eaters, and looks like she's not turning off anytime soon. So whatever. But anyways, it is 7:30 a.m. right now in my room, so temps are still on the lower side. There's no basking on whatsoever. Just solely ambient here. But as you could read, 77.6 degrees and 77 humidity. I have not sprayed this enclosure since 2 days, okay? So look at this Coco chip here, man. It just looks so lovely. And mind you, this Coco chip's been in here for about over a month now. Not that brand new, but the quality of it is just amazing. And like I said, everything has been changed. All of these enclosures, minus Mimi's, has been changed. It just looks great. There's my sarong female right there, loving life. Let's see which one has, oh, here's one. All right, so that's my basin, Amazon basin. And then right above, I have another pair of northern emerald tree boas who've been paired up. And also on some new Coco from the chipper. 83 ambient, or 83% humidity in there, which is ideal for emerald. Shout out to my boy Kenny Ritchie, but my buddy Kenny Ritchie of mine who was on the podcast kind of broke down how his thoughts are on humidity for arboreal snakes. And he agrees that people do not give enough humidity to their arboreal snakes, especially green tree pythons and emeralds. They love humidity. They like anywhere from 70 plus humidity on an average basis. So just a little bit of tip on there. And ever since I've given them more humidity and kept the humidity on an average of 70 and up, they seem like they've been happier. They don't tell me that physically, but their looks, everything just looks flawless on them. And you tell me otherwise. You look at my animals, tell me if they don't look flawless. More news to share with you guys. This is, maybe shouldn't be sharing this, but you guys are the homies, so I'm gonna share it. But what I have behind me is a pure Miss Willie line Northern Emerald Tree Boa who just had her post-ovulation shed. Ovulated on February 10th. Check out this ovulation first and foremost. Is that a gnarly ovulation? Looks like she swallowed a house. Beautiful girl is right behind me. She is just settling in after her post-ovulation shed, and about 140-ish days or so, we should hopefully have babies. But also on that new cocoa substrate from the chipper, she's been doing her thing. She looks gorgeous. She looks flawless. Cages, what it needs to be, 85% humidity. So yeah, man, wish me luck. Hate that right there. Just so you know, if anyone's looking like, what's that disgusting stuff on the wall of your enclosure? Well, that was tape, okay? I effed up this enclosure by trying to tape the probe there. I found out I hated how it looked, so I removed it. So yeah, there's that. Sorry, I have OCD, and that right there really bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. It really bothers me. And if it bothers you too, I'm sorry. I know it. I don't blame you. Don't blame you. Such a beautiful snake with a freaking skid mark behind it. Anyways, her name is Maylene Willie. Maylene Willie, okay? And wish her luck. Let's see what happens. She has quite the road ahead of her, first and foremost. Dude, just about 6 months. Is that crazy? It's more like 4 months, but still insane. More like 4.5, 5 months. I can't do math right now. All right, guys. Now, before I forget, I do want to share the one enclosure that does not have the chipper Cocoa to Go substrate in it. Here's Mimi. She is about to go into pre-lay shed. And whatever she smells in here, I just want her to keep. Like, she's had this substrate for going on about 5 months now. And, you know, she's already been bred in here. She's ovulated in here. I don't want to disinfect and clean anything that might throw her off for whatever reason. I just don't want to mess with her. So I'm going to go ahead and wait until she lays her clutch, and then I'm going to go ahead and replace the cocoa chips, because also after a snake lays, you want all that egg smell to be gone. And guaranteed, when she lays, that egg smell, whatever stuff that comes out of her, will somehow get onto this substrate and will stench it up a little bit. So we got to go ahead and replace the substrate no matter what. But what I want to share with you guys is, you guys saw the other enclosures, how they were all 70% and higher humidity. As you can see, this one right here reads 54%. I do have it open, so kind of was about 55% humidity. And this even has sphagnum moss. So even with the sphagnum moss, the humidity is not holding as good as the chipper. So I just wanted to use that as an example. As soon as she lays her clutch, I'm replacing this with the chipper Cocoa to Go substrate, and I cannot wait. But I'm gonna let her do her thing. Wish Mimi good luck. Okay, this will be her third clutch with me, and fingers crossed. I'm just a huge fan overall with this substrate, okay? Like I said, I have to do less work. This is amazing. I already do enough work as it is. You guys know I'm psychotic about water changes. You guys know how much I love to keep my animals on tip-top, because I have a lot of eyes on me, first and foremost. That's not why I take care of my animals. I take care of my animals, period. But at the end of the day, there's people out there who would love to see me mess up somehow, right? Ain't gonna happen with my animals, because I obsess over them. This is my pride and joy. This is what is my priority over the podcast. I told you guys from day one, I want to be known more for what I breed with the reptiles than I do with the podcast. Right now, I'm more podcast heavy than reptile breeding heavy, but that's going to change little by little. Message! And by you sticking around and watching this vlog and watching the vlogs to come in the future, you're going to be along for the ride for all this, and you're going to be a part of all my success and watching me grow, and just maybe someday you'll get one of my animals. I don't know, but the best way to do that, first and foremost, is join the Trap Talk Patreon family, because the Patreon family gets insight, they get dibs, everything comes firsthand to all my trappers, all right? So join the Trap Talk Patreon family. First link in the description below. Just click on it, join. There's a Discord. There's all this amazing stuff that comes along with the joining the Trap Talk Patreon family. And again, my trappers, my Patreon members, you guys, my heart. Cannot wait for Trap Fest 2024. Going down right here at the Trap Compound. Be ready. Invite only. Strictly invite only. Security enforced. More details to come. But guys, that's all we have this week, okay, on the Trap Vlogs. Like I said, head over to cocodoo.com. All right, you don't have to get the Cocoa to Go. I just showed you what my choice is, what my favorite is. So you choose what you like. But if you are about time management and you need to get stuff to hurry up, order that Cocoa to Go. Watch how amazing and the quality is of that substrate. Put it in, let your animals enjoy, and do less work, man. Less is more, and the Cocoa Dude is the man, first and foremost. So again, Chris from over the Cocoa Dude, aka the Chipper, thank you so much for sponsoring this vlog and sponsoring the Trap Talk Reptile Network. Episode with him is coming soon as well, so be ready. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, TrapFam24. Use that promo code at cocodoo.com and give me some feedback, all right? You guys know, I try not to overhype things. Like, this is something I'm really excited about. And I actually waited about over a month and a half to see how I was gonna like this cocoa before doing a vlog. I'm not someone to just get something and just freaking ride the wave on it right away. No, I wanna believe in it first. And I'm telling you right now, I believe in this substrate. This substrate is top tier. It's amazing, so go get some right now. TrapFam24 promo code. And that's all we have this week for the Trap Reptile vlogs. I'll catch you here next week, and I'm out. Cheers. Thank you for watching this week's Trap Vlogs. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single vlog I drop here on this YouTube channel. If you're looking for exclusive content, please click the very first link you see in the description below. Join the Trap Talk Patreon family. As soon as you join the Patreon family, you get a link to the Discord, which will tap you in. I'll catch you guys here next week for another Trap Vlogs, and I'm out.